My elders taught me that before speaking, I should always introduce myself, say my name and where I come from, so that we can know how we're related. And for tribal people, that would often involve a lengthy recitation of clan relationships and so forth. I'm pretty simple. And so my name is Hoe Ryan Brandenburg. Hoe is my Buddhist name. It was given to me when I was ordained in the lineage of my teacher, Kobun Chino-roshi, in the Soto Zen tradition. My family lineage is represented in my name, Ryan, which is Gaelic from my mother's side, and Brandenburg, which is Prussian, and that's my father's side. There are other aspects not represented in my name. I have Choctaw ancestry from my mother's side, and my paternal grandfather was a Texas Ranger, which means he was likely an Indian killer. I am also ordained in the spiritual traditions of the Northern Arapaho and Southern Cheyenne tribes. I grew up in California in the San Francisco Bay Area, which at my age means I'm a child of the 60s. And my introduction into these practices and traditions began at that time. I mentioned these traditions, lineage, and family lines, so we know how we're related, and also because they have shaped and informed my life and are what I continue to draw upon in my teaching. At the beginning of this millennium, I was invited to live in a community named Kayumari in the Sierra Nevada mountains of California. And members of the community had been inspired to form an organization called the Center for Sacred Studies and asked me to sit on the board of directors as they initiated a multi-year undertaking in support of the Council of 13 Indigenous Grandmothers. This was the beginning of my relationship with CSS, and over the years, I had the privilege to travel and with the grandmothers to their home places in different parts of the world and to support their prayers and gathering of like-minded people. This journey was documented in a film and created a major impact on the grandmothers, their people, and the ones who were drawn to sit with them, from the Dalai Lama to simple people of the earth. And it was during this time that the inspiration for the ministerial training program began to take on life. And I was asked to teach some of the modules. So to this day, I continue to be on the board and teach MTP programs right up to the present. That's a bit of a slippery question because there is no particular body of knowledge or orthodoxy that I'm teaching from. What I share in the modules I teach is the distillation of these different traditions that I've mentioned and the experiences that have accumulated for me over these years. Some of it is based in Zen. Some of it is based in what is called permaculture. And some of it is a result of my immersion in the prayer traditions of the various tribal peoples that I have had the privilege to know. And due to the circumstances of my youthful awakenings as a kind of synergist, what I share tends to not always be so orthodox. And I make my best effort at the same time to remain faithful and accountable to my elders and their wisdom traditions. These very perspectives have a place where they intersect. And this is what I wish to share and explore with the students. It's difficult to know in this day and age that we live in what's important to take care of. There's so many things that are demanding our attention, and so many events and phenomena that often are even running contrary to each other. So we have the experience of being exposed or influenced by incredibly beautiful and uplifting things, and also challenged by things that are very disturbing. And so it raises a question about what's important. Where should I be putting my attention? Part of what I was made aware of during my youth was an element of cultural knowledge and understanding that can most easily be characterized as prophecy. This topic has been a study for me throughout my adult life. And along with my exposure to cultural understandings shared by what I would call authentic representatives of these perspectives, I have come to conclude that we are indeed living in prophesized times. This awareness has convinced me that the issues regarding our lifestyle with respect to sustainability and the myth of separation are critical to our present experience as well as to our future. While the MTP material does not present any suggested solutions to the challenges that we face, it does equip us with the benefit of having engaged with those questions. We're more likely to come up with our own answers. And so this process and engagement is what I would consider to be of utmost importance for us to take care of. Thank you.